So you can see the trimmings has been well sewn right now. So the next thing we want to do now is to merge seam line to seam line. So we'll be going over to the machine right now, and I'll be showing you how to merge your seam line to seam line. Okay, so the drop shoulder seam line, I'll be using one of them to demonstrate to you. So this is the front drop shoulder, and we are merging it with this. So I'm going to hold everything together, as you can see. Okay, but for a perfect inseam finishing, I will pick the two. I'll keep one. You can see me keeping one aside. So that is the last one I kept aside, and I'm going to match up this to this. Can you see? And secure with my pin. So I'll just go over to the machine, and I'm going to sew at 0.5. So let's go. So just like I demonstrated on the working table, this is how to turn it to have a perfect inseam finishing. So I will have to do it again for clarity. Okay, so you understand what we are doing here. So this is right side to right side, you can see, and this is seam line to seam line. That is for lining and fabric, lining, sorry, for yoke, front and back. So you can see me matching it. I'm zooming my camera for you to see. So I have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The last one, I'll leave the last one, pick the 3 and arrange the 3. Can you see the 3 of them? I'm going to arrange it appropriately. So you can see me, I'm making sure the seam lines are at the same point. So I'll pick up that last one and use it to overlap. Can you see? So I'm using it to overlap. So there you can secure with your pin. So I will advise you secure with your pin so it stays for you. So this part can actually be technical, but it's something you can do. So I'm making sure, because if it does not align, it's another problem. So it has to align, as you can see me trying to align it. So it has aligned for me, and I'm going to hold it down with my pin at that point. And right now I'll drop my pressed foot. At that point I have my pin at 0.5, and I'll pick up all the pieces, and I'm going to arrange all the pieces. As you can see me arranging everything, including the one I used to turn it. So you need to be patient while working on tulle fabric like this. So you can see how I arranged it, and I drop my presser foot. So I will check how many inches I'm sewing. Of course, I'm supposed to sew at 0.5, and that is it. And I'm sewing right on top of my pins. So as I'm sewing, I'm making sure I align. At this point, you don't need to rush. You don't need to rush, because if you rush, you will get it all wrong. So you can see me putting them together patiently. So you can see that. So if you want to learn how to sew your different kinds of yoke perfectly, you can join us in our Telegram classes. So we have our Telegram classes where you learn how to sew different kind of bustier with different kind of yoke. so you can join us. I'll be dropping the link on the description box below for you to join the class. So I'll backstitch right now. So I'm going to repeat exactly what I did right here. I'm going to repeat it once again on the other part. So I'm taking off my pin right now, and before I trim off, I'm going to cross check what I have to make sure it's aligning. Can you see? So it's actually aligning together, and that is the target of this drop shoulder yoke. So I ensure, I'm looking at it to be sure no part is squeezing. So I see nowhere is squeezing. So I'm going to turn it back to trim off. That means I did that, I turned it perfectly. So I'm going to trim off for a perfect inseam finishing. I'm trimming off right now for a perfect inseam. So at this point, I need to take my time to trim off the very close. I'm trimming very close, but please be careful you don't cut off what you have on your seam line. So we are trimming off because we need our yoke seam line to lay nice and flat. Since it's transparent, definitely is going to, it might look, not neat if it's not trimmed off. So I'm done trimming off. You can see that I'll just trim off a little more. Alright people, so that is that. So once I turn it now, you can see what I have. I have a very neat finishing right here for my drop shoulder yoke. So I'm going to repeat same process for the other part. Then we'll proceed to the sewing of the sleeves.